Hey, my friend, have you ever come across a problem that it's so hard to hire staff, to find good people to work for you? And that is why most of the CEOs they end up giving up trying. They just say, you know what, I'm just gonna do it by myself. Well, it's not that good because life is short. If you only rely on yourself, your life just flies and you will not be able to duplicate and expand your business, expand your outreach either. And the other familiar problem that I have heard from the current CEOs that I've been talking to is that they seem to be very good at doing what they do as a leader himself. But it's very hard when it comes to leading someone. The problem is there are so many different generations in this world, and there are so many different personalities, backgrounds, and so many different even culture and so on and so forth. And that is why it becomes such a headache for many CEOs and entrepreneurs in this world. And the other familiar topic that people tend to talk about is how can I make my people on track? Seriously, they are working hard today, but next day they're off track. Another day they're just distracted by family issues or things around them. They just cannot be consistent. How can we solve all these problems? If you are CEOs, entrepreneurs, and even if you are C-suites that who are leaders and you are leading one person or more than one person or even up to 9,000 people, 1 million of people in your organization, I have a good news for you. Here I'm going to share with you the amazing tips that is 6 F words. Yes, you're right. If you are CEOs, entrepreneurs, even if you are C-suites, and as long as you're a leader who's leading one person or even 9,000 people or more than that, I have a great news for you. I'm about to share with you 6 secrets and add 6 F words. F words, you're right. F words. Don't think too much. The 6 F words that will help you to be a great leader and to lead a very healthy and successful organization. Why do I say so? I have experiences working for companies globally, and one of the companies that I used to work with, they have more than 40,000 staff across the world. And I was very privileged to be invited and share my perspective about leadership. Of course, before that company, I also used to work with a company starting from small to medium sized, and they start from 50 staff up to 4,000 staff while I was working for them. And my leadership strategies and the way how I train and lead my team does work. So I'm about to share the secrets with you, my friend, and let's get started. Hi, I am Kristy. I have been working in the logistics industry for more than 20 years, and I have been carrying the leadership role for more than 20 years as well. I'm an entrepreneur for more than 3 years now, and I'm an author. I'm also a coach and mentor to global CEOs. And the other thing about me is I'm very passionate about leadership as well as self development and also self discipline. And that is why I'm here to share with you one of the things I'm really passionate about, and that is leadership. The thing that I'm going to share with you is based on my experiences. As mentioned previously, I am coaching CEOs, but before that, I have connected with about 20,000 global CEOs in the world, which is pretty amazing. And it's truly my privilege to be connected with so many amazing people in this world. And that is why I know your struggles, my friend. I'm so excited to share with you the 6 F words that's going to change and truly transform your leadership role. Now, before I share with you the 6 F words, I have to mention the first thing, the foremost thing that we need to talk about, and that is the common mistakes generally all the leaders will make. The first mistake that we have is We always tend to think that leaders have to be perfect. Oh, so you're a leader, you have to be perfect. Because if you're not perfect, how can you deserve to be a leader? Really? Well, I have to tell you, my friend, that is completely not true. Because if you have to be perfect, no one can deserve to be a leader at all. We are all humans and no one is perfect. When I went to one of the events that I was invited to be an e-commerce event, and I was a speaker there and shared about we are all humans. And it is true that, my friend, we're all humans, even though sometimes we feel we're really great in their upside, and sometimes we're in the lower side. Sometimes we're really good, sometimes not really, because we are all humans. No one is perfect at all. And that's the beauty about it. Many years ago on the TED Talk, you can see, you can Google it, and it's Brittany Brown, she shared a topic called the power of vulnerability. And that went to, I think there were 9 million views about that video, which is crazy, right? And the reason why it went so vital and so great and so amazing, so many people watched it, is what she shared there was so true. That we tend to think, okay, to be leader, you have to be strong, and to be a great person, you have to be strong. But that's not true. There's a power in vulnerability. When I'm saying that, it doesn't mean you need to tell everyone, I'm vulnerable. I am vulnerable. That's not what I mean, my friend. What I mean is, you have to embrace the part that you are also vulnerable. And when you are willing to disclose your vulnerability, that's when people start to look at you and it's like, wow, I can trust you because I feel I'm connected with you. I feel that you understand how I'm feeling. And this vulnerability topic becomes one of the best things in so many sales marketing strategies as well. Because if you go to social medias, if everything you see from people is all about themselves, about selling things and how great they are, how awesome they are, nobody's going to really watch them anymore because it's just fake. But if you see someone who's willing to share vulnerable stories, that's when you feel like, wow, this is powerful. Wow. And then immediately you feel you're connected with that person. The same thing happened to the leadership role. If you are a leader, you do not have to always pretend that you're okay when you're not. Of course, I'm not telling you that you need to tell your team, oh gosh, I'm not okay, the business is not growing, you guys need to do everything, I can't do anything, that kind of, just throw all the responsibility out to your team. That's not what I mean. What I mean here is, my friend, you need to embrace the vulnerability when it comes to the moment that you do need help, you do need to share with your team or people around you. You should do it. And that's powerful. If you don't do it, you miss a big part of the success. And the second mistake, common mistake that all leaders tend to have, is the belief that, wow, to be a leader, there's too much responsibility. It's going to take me too much time. It's going to slow down my personal progress and process in what I do. Is that really true? No, my friend. Think about it. If you are guiding, mentoring someone, and if you see someone that they're not doing right, you are involving and you are, in fact, you're improving yourself as well. What I have learned is that there's a famous saying, I don't remember who said that, credit to those who mentioned about this, but it says the best way of learning is to teach. In other words, is the best way of learning is teaching. If you want to memorize what you learned, the best way is you need to teach someone that you will remember so much because you need to use the same content to share with someone else. And that's the same thing when it comes to leadership. No one was perfect. No one is perfect. And when you become a leader, you just start learning journey as well. It's a learning curve. But when you find something that is wrong and you are learning from that process as well together with your team. And it's funny that we always apply leadership as an example as a parent. Isn't that true that not everyone wants to be a parent? Not everyone wants to be a leader? But being a leader and a parent is very similar. Why? Because when you be a parent, your kids can drive you crazy, right? But when you think a little bit further, wait a minute, the things that my kids bring up, the problems that they bring up to me, take myself as an example, right? I believe what they're doing sometimes drive me really insane and crazy, but it's actually improving myself. It increases my tolerance, my patience, and so many other things. Today, one of my friends was chatting with me and she shared that, oh, our children sometimes they're really good because I remember once I was on a stage, I was singing, and then my daughter was watching. And after that session, she came to me, hey, mom, what are you doing? Why you're so unsure? You're looking around. She didn't pay attention about that. Oh, really? Am I looking around? Yes, you're not sure. You're doubting yourself. We can tell. And then, oh, thank you for telling me. Things like that happens nowadays. And I remember as well, my daughter always correct me. Sometimes when I speak English, I speak it wrong. I use this wrong grammar. I'm still doing it, but I'm trying to improve myself every single day. And she's a great helper because her English is much better than me, and which is great. Coming back to the leadership role as well, your team can be better than you. They can guide you, they can teach you. And of course, the forced understanding you said it will take you a longer time and take you too much time, and it's not really true because, in fact, you're growing together with your team. And just like being a parent, sometimes you feel like, they drive me crazy, drive me nuts. But when you see they're growing, they're achieving things, they're helpful to people, they're kind. Like, let's be honest, no one is completely bad or completely good. We all make good and bad choices. When you see they're doing great things, you're like, wow, that's amazing. It's rewarding. And when you see, for example, my daughter, she's always very good at her academic stuff, and she's even very good at drums. And she's very tiny, little. She's only like 9 years old when she went to the stage to play drums, and recently she went on stage again, played this so Eyes of Tiger. It was very hard, but she did it so well. Everybody was like, "Oh, that was amazing!" Because she was tiny, she is fearless, and she's so confident when she was playing drums. At that moment, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, she's my daughter." I feel like that's rewarding. She reminded me that I can do well because she can do so well. She's a great inspirational to me. And my friend, it's the same when it applies to your team. Someone can do so well that they can inspire you and they can make you a better person. Because when you have responsibility, you become stronger, you become you'll find out, wow, where do I get so much strength? Where do I get so much potential? I didn't know until you realize that you have a group of people who are behind you, who are supporting you, and who look up to you, that you have to do better. And that's the beauty about it, which is why the thoughts about, if you have to be a leader, you sacrifice a lot of your time and you slow down your process, slow down your progress, which is not true. And the other mistake we can tend to believe, and it's a false belief, my friend, is that to be a leader, you need to know everything. Honestly, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard. Because in my world, I'm in touch with many CEOs as the beginning I mentioned previously. And the funny thing is, many of them, some of them are millionaires, some of them billionaires, whatever it is, some of them not very smart. Well, if you're listening, I'm not talking about you, okay? What I'm trying to say here is they don't know everything. Just take myself as an example. I always say to my team, hey, I don't know about everything. When they ask me a question, if I can answer, I will answer. But if I can't answer, I'll tell them, hey, I don't know the answer to that question and I don't know everything. I can find out, or you can also find out for me because I trust you, I believe in you. You can try to find out and solve the problem. Instead of just saying that you know everything and they don't have any chance or opportunity to learn, to grow, it's great that you can encourage them to solve the problem and they can know many things as well. And that's the beauty about a team. No one knows everything. As a leader, you don't need to know everything either. And that is exactly why you need a team to grow your empire, your kingdom, and to achieve the vision and dreams that you have. Okay, great. Now, six F words. The six F words can help you with your leadership skills, and it also helps you to build up an amazing culture in your company and your organizations. So let's get started. The first F word is family. When we talk about family, what are the words you will think of? Think about it. What are the words that's related to this word, family? I think I can hear you. You may say love, belonging, culture, caring, something like that, right? That's good. Yeah, it's about family. If you want to be a great leader, if you want to build an fantastic organization and a place that people feel they are belonging to, they have to feel belonging to, right? If they don't feel belong to, they don't feel it's a family for them to stay, they will always think to leave. Think about leaving, and all you invest in that person will become an asset to someone else. Because when they leave, they might go to your competitor's place, and you build up a person who's actually becoming, well, I'm not trying to make a very ugly story here. What I'm trying to say here is you don't want to lose your people because you want them to feel belonging to. So create the environment as a family. It's very, very important. When we have a meeting with my team members always share, yeah, I love this family. Even though I have my own family, I feel this is my second. And someone even said it's a primary family because they didn't have a very happy or great family background. And that's perfect if you can bring that feeling to that person. They work for you not because of the money, not because of something else, but because they feel belonging to, and they would love to stay with you forever. It also applies when it comes to connecting with your clients. If you have this kind of culture, family culture, your clients will feel belonged to as well, and that will help you to last the relationships with your clients and to last the business opportunities, and everything will be flourishing, every single thing. And the second F word is faith. 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 Well, when it comes to faith, you will think of some words like confidence, belief, beliefs. These are all very important. If there's no faith in this company, that also means there's no trust. If the people who come to your company work for you, they don't trust you, they don't trust the organization, do you think they will stay? I highly doubt about that. They won't stay at all, honestly. Staying one day is wasting one day of their lives. And which is why faith carries a significant role in the culture, in the leadership role, leadership journey as well, my friend. Faith is so important. Like we can talk about faith the whole day. It applies to your own life and the other things as well. But let's focus on leadership part at this moment. Faith plays a significant role because if you cannot create that belief in your team, let's take an example. Let's say Jimmy works for me. If I say to Jimmy, hey Jimmy, I don't think you can do this work at all. I don't think you can do that. I don't really believe you, you know, what's the point? Jimmy's gonna stay. On the other side, if you say, hey, Jimmy, Well, this work is new for you, but I believe in you. I know if you put your heart in there, you have the talent, you have the things that you need to conquer that. You can get an answer for me. And you know what? If anybody else can do it, so can you. Feel about the difference, my friend. The way how you speak to your team creates different feelings that either will create a belief system or disbelief system. And that is why faith is up to you. You are the head of their body. You are the leader of the team. What you are saying is the injection you put into their mind. Another famous saying said, as you think, you become. Yes, when they think they're good, they become better. When they think they're not good enough, they become worse. And it's the same thing, my friend, which is why faith is super, super important. The next F word is friends. Well, we can even call it friendship. Everybody needs friends. And usually, when you draw their important things in life, you have family, of course, you have your faith, you have your beliefs and everything, you have your work, career, but friends is also there. And when someone comes to work for you, they also are looking for friends, friendship. It's like team members needs to get together to be connected and so that they can perform well and better. Because imagine if you have team members, they hate each other, don't talk to each other. When they come to work, they just want to run once the bell hits the time clock, they have to run, right? Friendship, friends are very significant when it comes to the culture you're building. And when it comes to being a leader, you need to know how to create this safe and great friendship circle for your team. And that is why we usually do what I do is I always have team meetings, team bondings at least once a week. And we will share stories. We will sometimes we even pray for each other. And we also have a partnership. You can connect with your team. And like, for example, someone worked for you for a very long time, more than 10, 15 years. There's no point just always hire them as a staff. They might want to stay with you forever. You can offer them as partnership. Another thing is, of course, the teamwork. If teamwork isn't going well, every company will suffer, and the final suffering party will be your client, and they will the final one will come back to you. Because when the business is suffering, when the client is suffering, they're suffering, you definitely will be suffering. That's not what you want, my friend. And the next F word, it's also equally important. It is FUN, fun. When it comes to fun, it's related to passion, joy, and challenge as well. Particularly the younger generations nowadays, when I'm talking to many of my friends, like CEO friends, and even the coaching clients and students, they will share with me, yeah, it's so hard to hire someone nowadays. They have everything they need. They just grow up from the family that they got everything already. They're rich. Why should they bother to work so much? And they cannot even deal with any stress. And also, when you give them the work that's so simple, they don't like it, which I know why, my friend. We are all humans, and when it comes to joy, I believe no pain, no gain. If the thing that you give them is so simple and so easy that they don't feel any challenge, it's very hard for them to feel the fun and the passion. And of course, when it comes to passion, I remember that there's a story someone shared with me. He's a German. He's in Australia at the moment. His name is Martin. So Martin shared this story with me. He said, when you aligned the passion to the workers, right, the employees, the staff that they are related to, if they're passionate about one thing, you assign them to do that thing. They can even be a volunteer. They don't even need to get paid to do it. And if they get paid to do what they love, wow, That's going to be fantastic. It's a dream work. And the good thing about that is if you bring that fun, the challenge to that person, which happens to Martin's staff, he mentioned that that person's very, very passionate about pets. So I think it's he or she, I don't remember, let's call her. So she was very interested in that. So Martin assigned her to do the pets, because I think after COVID or whatever, many rich guys, they need to travel, they need to bring the pets, you need to ship your pets, like transport them from airport and A to B, B to C, whatever, and they ship the pets to somewhere. When he assigned that work to this person, this was like, oh, I'm so happy. I enjoyed it so much, and the result was amazing because she thinks more than anybody would think because she has already so much passion and understandings about pets. That's just an example, my friend. Fun also applies, as I mentioned, that you need to bring this sense of um, environment with laughters. Like we also mentioned previously about friends, when it comes to team building, it's also a great way to bring fun to this organization. You can be creative, you can create some challenges, whether it is you do like sit up challenges or you do some amazing charity events together with your team. They will feel, oh, I like that, we're doing something together. They feel connected, they feel belonging to, they feel there's so much fun there. In conclusion, the fun part is something that's different, and you create an environment with more laughters and to align more with their passion, what they want. And you may say, oh, Kristy, come on. I don't have time for that. If they want it, they want it. If they're not the right person, I'm just going to replace them. Well, that can be a solution if you really can have time for that, keep replacing people. But in general, if you understand that there is a way you can solve the problem and you will not miss amazing people, because there are so many people, they're not perfect but they're so good at something specific. You don't want to lose that. And once you know how to connect dot to dot, you will get amazing results, and the beneficial party will also be you. It's going to be win-win. Your staff is happy, you are happy too, and your client's happy. One additional point about fun is, as an entrepreneur, and also I love to be humorous and to be funny. If you are a CEO that you want to be funny, well, I'm not saying to be unprofessional, unprofessionally funny. It's more about that you're more charismatic. If you can be funny, you tend to have more people who want to follow you because they want more laughters in life. Laughter is one of the best medicines in the world. So just be humorous, be much funnier. You can achieve more success in leadership. The next F word is future. Future means a lot to many new generations. Well, let's be honest, if you are a person who started your career, who doesn't want a better future? If you go work for someone, yeah, I just want to go to 9 to 5 job, get paid, that's all. Well, that means there's lacking of passion, and there's also lacking of the future, that they can't see the future. That's when they leave. If they never see hope in the future, they won't even consider staying with you at all. When it comes about the future, what I suggest as leader, what I'm doing all the time is to be a mentor. I offer mentorship, training as well, to change their mind, culture their mindset, let them learn more and become better and better of themselves. When it comes about future, you also need to have a great vision and mission, that your team, they are all aligned with you. In SGN, the company I'm running, we always repeat about our vision and mission so that in our mind, we all remember why we're doing this, the purpose about it. The future is also about your purpose. If you're just doing what you're doing for one day, for today, at this moment, it's great to be at present, but it's not good if you don't know why you're doing this. And that is why, as a leader, you have responsibilities to guide, to find out why they're working for you, why they're doing what they do. They will thank you in the future that you're not just hiring someone to be a robot to get things done. In fact, being an amazing leader, you as a great leader, to guide them to find what truly matters to them the most. I have one of my authors that I'm talking to recently, and he shared one of his stories that there's someone who does a job who doesn't really like it, didn't show the passion at all, and then he was the one who voiced out to that person, and now that person was on his team, and it might sound really, really mean or bad when you say, "Hey, you're not suitable for this. You need to change your career," but for me, I think that's awesome. Be a great leader doesn't mean be a thought leader doesn't mean you just say, yeah, you can do this, great, great. It can be deeper than that. You can share, hey, I trust you, I know you can do better in things, however, this is not something that you truly want to. And the next F word is finance. If someone works for you, they never get paid more or bonus or get better with their financial situation, you are not a great leader at all. You can say amazing words about, oh, you're great, well done. It won't last for a long time because we all work for our future. They have the future, they have the family to feed, and they have the families, extended families to feed, and they have the future plan for this family, and they have dreams they are achieving, they're trying to achieve, they try to chase. Without financial support, they won't get there. To be a great leader, you need to think about what are the things that you can encourage your team to focus on when they're doing things. For example, let's take an example. If you keep increasing the salary, which is great, but sometimes it's hard. You say, Kristy, yeah, that's not realistic. If I keep paying them more, they become lazier, the efficiency is lower. Doesn't make sense. I know, my friend. And that is why what makes sense is rather than just focus on paying them more and more on the salary, that's why it comes commission bonus. If you really want to make them better and guide them to be a better version, to be more courageous, to be more fearless, and to be more responsible for their own future, give them bonus plan, commission plan, because they can be so much better. They can do so much better, and you will be happier because they're gonna perform better, and they will be happier because they get paid more, and the company will get better as well. Why not? Which is why in the leadership journey, the culture that you're building up, don't just be your boss who say, yeah, great job. Some bosses are worse. I know, guys. They just never say good words about you and they don't want to pay you either. But let's focus to be the best version of ourselves as a leader. As I said, these F words can truly help you to be a great leader and solve many problems in the organizations. And you will see a significant transformation in your journey when you apply this. My friend, thank you so much for listening. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe, and share this with people that you care. My dream, my purpose, and my passion is to see you succeed. And I would love to hear from you about your story. I would love to hear what happened after you apply these tips about 6 F words. If you have any questions, just write on the comment and I'm happy to answer you. We can then produce more videos to answer all these questions. Thank you so much. I would love to see you next time and please subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.